The South Asian POC campaign GNT Dockers Union leaders had their second meeting last month, about 18th and 19th of May. And the main purpose of that, as far as the Dockers Union leaders were concerned, was to be able to identify the target workers to organise, which would vary in each of the terminals probably. And then they were also tasked to identify activists that had been prominent in the organising up to that point, to identify in each of the terminals a chief organiser, and to identify a Dockers port intelligence contact person in each of the terminals. This information is then to be fed to the Delhi office, which is where it's going to be centralised, because that's where the Ports of Convenience Coordinator Sangam Tripathi is based, and Arvind Kochal, who's the researcher. And so then if you centralise that sort of information, then you can create your networks from that office, and then the organising suddenly becomes a lot more sustainable. Now, also they identified an issue around which to organise, and the issue that they discussed was having a campaign, equal pay for equal work. And that campaign is obviously based on the experience that they've had so far, which was that there's not only different rates of pay between the workers that are directly employed by the GNTs and the contractors, but there's also variations in rates between the contractors themselves. And that was something that it was felt there was sufficient passion about from the workers that they could use that as an issue around which to organise. So if you look at, in general, if you look at the Ports of Convenience campaign methodology and the step-by-step process that was put in black and white, this is actually the practical implementation of it. You can actually see step by step through that meeting that these words are actually being put into action, and you're actually going to get sustainable organising out of it.